time to questions. If you have any questions, and there's one our Lotsawa Jinku's question was, maybe Masha, can you send again? I forgot it. Okay. Uh, okay, she sent it. Okay. Yeah, now the questions. Delicious taste. Okay.
Thank you, Rinpoche. From Agata, from Poland. She has a couple of questions. First one, can you tell us more about these 9 ways of meditation, please?
This one is okay. Maybe we can do not now. Okay. I will tell you later. And first, maybe can you look at the Kambos? Maybe in Kambo, but also it's like 9 methods how to meditate. That one is okay. Later, it's now it's like difficult to detail everything. It's wonderful. And if you want to check our Hida books, also I wrote it. There is, I think, a second book you have. There is.
Thank you. She asks, I started to practice Ngundro. It will take me about a dozen years because I am raising a child and I have little time during the day. Do I have to do the whole Ngundro practice to get an introduction to the nature of mind and the teachings about Trekchö and Tugal? Do you give such teachings?
Before you done the Hondo practice, preliminary practice, then after we can to study together. Before it's not good. For example, to practice preliminary practice, it is like foundation of the Techu and Togals. Before we done or to do the preliminary practice, and then to do some Techu Toga, maybe it's not order is not correct. And in this perspective, first we should to done Hondo, and then we can to study. Then it's like a kind of the corresponding. It is nice, and the body and the head, it's a synchronized. The first time is like head, then it's a body.
Thank you. Third, what conditions must be met in order to receive Rinpoche's introduction to the nature of reality and the teachings of Trekchö and Togal?
You don't need to condition nothing, but you need to be ready to, how do you say, your mind coding the Techu and Toggles. And basically, it's like your mind and Dharma is completely immersed each other. And then maybe it's to study Techu and Toggle. Otherwise, I'm not sure it can help useful or not. And I'm really, I don't know. Sometimes like a kind of the Bombo Dzogchen's traditions, you can to receive immediately Techu and Toggle direct. But that is, I'm not sure their system. if you really follow up the Tibetan, the Buddhism, and related to the Buddha's teachings, I think it's like a basic student, and you immediately to teach Techu and Toggles quite it's dangerous, risky, and you do not understand. For example, we say it's like someone who don't understand mathematics or the physics or the chemistries. If you are like beginner, you can teach them. It's absolutely they lost, and they cannot to understand. They cannot solve up. They cannot tune. Maybe they run away. But if you are like kind of the university student, you basic education, there is everything. So then you can teach them maths or the matters, chemistry, science. It's very much relevant, convenient. And like this, from my perspective, if we study together, Techu and Toggles, a little bit. My age is not late, but my education is quite too early.
Thank you. She asks, is there a difference between pity and compassion?
Completely different. Pity is the English language perspective. Compassion, it's pity. Oh, pity, there's a sufferance. But reality, their own business is not my responsibility. Oh, there's accident, pity. Oh, pity, there is like disaster things happened. Yeah, that is no feeling, no kind of determined mind, no want to do something to them. Therefore, pity and compassion is the reality is completely different sensation or the feeling.
Thank you. Fifth, I want to practice, but I think I want to practice for myself, and this will eventually make me more for the benefit of others. Is that a good motivation?
I don't know what do you mean I want to practice myself. You want to practice yourself? Which kind of sadhana? I don't know. It's a. I want to practice myself
For myself.
for benefit myself. Okay, practice for myself. Maybe my English is very poor. I don't understand. But it's okay. Okay, benefit for myself is. I don't know. It's benefit. If you practice dharma, benefit for yourself, you change to yourself into the positive movement, positive path. Then they benefit for others. Surely, yes.
Thank you. Japanese Lotsawa Junko says, Dear Rinpoche, thank you for all your detailed answers until now. It improved my understanding a lot. Using this precious opportunity, let me ask you one more question. Can you please give the definition of Tujje Kungchap, the all-pervasive compassion? Thank you.
Mm. Okay, this is the Masha told me is different questions. On today is this is new question. Yes, Tuje concepts. Tuje normally energies, and the concept is pervasive. And Tuje means it's like when you are polite, the kindness minders. It's for example, ordinary people has some kind mind we call the kind mind. Maybe it's difficult to pervasive. And also it's like Tugje means it's like a kind of the energy of the nature of the realities. For example, someone's realized that the nature of the realities, these energies pervaded to all the samsara and nirvana. Then you can to use the conception, Tugje conception. For example, the sun of the Tugje and the concept of the luminosities. And sun is the pervasive luminosity, if you say like this. But another star, like maybe it's like some as other star, they have luminosity, but not really pervasive or like pervaded. And therefore, it is like someone has realized the true nature of the reality, and this energy, the compassion, kindness, or the benefit, that is the same according the Uttara Tantras. Perfect Buddha is radiant, and also Buddha's the compassion is a tuje, and this compassion is a concept, means the permeated to over the all the samsara and nirvana, and that means it's like a radiant to receive all the living sentient beings, and it's like a, therefore we call the tuje concepts, and impartiality, no need to ask to sending to me the blessing, and no need to focus, is permanently continuously and without any kind of the conceptual ideas, and like this someone is be enlightenment like a sun, the energy is the permeated to all word of the samsara nirvana, then you can to say tuje concept.
Thank you. Ami Nakamoto says, I haven't received yet the empowerment of 100 Bardo deities, Shitro. If I recite the Shitro mantra during 49 days of someone who passed away, would there be any benefit for this person?
Yes, if you haven't got the empowerment transmission about the 100 deities, and instead doing that, this mantra of the 100 deities, Om Maha Buddha Sata Mahasakanyana Data Om Rala Honjo Honsa. But that's instead doing, or instead recite that one, you can to do the 100 syllable mantra. Vajrasattva is the embodiment of the 100 deities. The mantra of the Vajrasattva is the 100 the deities mantra is like this. You can do 49 days recite the Vajrasattva mantra. Excellent, good.
Thank you. Kali says, yesterday you said that we shouldn't disagree with a person at first or saying yes but, except that if we agree to everything other people say, wouldn't it make us boring? Also, for example, if someone tells us, hey, come kill people with me, do you mean we should agree because we wouldn't? It would hurt his feelings?
You do not understand. And you immediately agree, you don't need to kill it, okay? But maybe it's like this person say, we will kill to this kind of beings. Maybe you not need to reject immediately. Maybe if you reject immediately, this person's more angry, maybe want to more. But if you are compassion and kindness, you are skillful means. Maybe you, yes, then it's like a kind of the, there's the process. All the time it's like kind of immediate reactions. Nobody's there is how you can to say that. But maybe there's, you have 10 minutes, 20 minutes. Why is it? Compassions. They got to something methods. You can to say it's like, oh, there is something dangerous. You can to liar. You can to kind of the making something different perspective. Yesterday is talking about Bodhisattvas has permitted about if you are something doing things, you can to liar something and something you can to make there's not really against it, your friend, but you can to stop to do that. And also it's like during the conversations, if you don't want to use the but, you say the boring, but you use the but, you want to argue, is you are not boring. I'm more boring. I don't want to talk. Someone's use all the times but, yeah, and that is the end. I don't want to talk because it's a first you say something. You need other ones accept it, And after, if someone's my suggestion accept, and very kindly and slowly say yes, but yes, okay, do like this, then slowly there is a correction is coming, very sympathetic way, and then it's like I want to change. This many people is like this. Maybe you, if you are skillful them, if you immediately use the but, if you be challenged, and this is maybe civilization, not like educated business educations, but I'm not sure. Argue is never good. Argues making more bored. Sorry.
Thank you. Dasha Guzeva says, could you please explain again what to do when negative emotions appear? Try not to follow them and not to involve in this emotion and just to relax and look directly at it. It is not easy. I'm talking mostly about sadness or desire attachment. Sometimes it's difficult to deal with them.
Dasha, you studied many times the Dharma. Your questions all the time is the same. What can I do when the disturbing emotions arise about the desire, attach, and sadness? How many times we conversated about that? Now surely you understood. Whatever what we conversations, you reveal again that, then you don't understand, I will give you answer. Until there, I don't want to give answer.
Thank you. Alexander Colton, is taking public transport without paying for a ticket a big misdeed because one would steal from the whole country population?
Oh yes, when you are using the, it's like a public transportation, and there is a kind of the you need to pay that. It's true. It's absolutely true. It is that is like maybe better to, if you have a problem the money, maybe it's a little bit sometimes according to our stinginess. And I done 1 or 2 sessions, and it's very much regret. Why? Once also is like kind of the police who catched me, and that maybe not. I don't want to pay but my the card is like you can to one use, and this one is like until 1 hours you can traveling, but it's like just over time, like 1 or 2 minutes, and then they say, did you look your card? Then you need to paste it. But there is someone is like safe to me, and this person's all the time may pay. You don't worry. See, this policy was very kind. I have like regret. This is immediate retribution. I say I need to pay. But of course they say it's okay. But normally you're good, but you should to check the card. You once you used, and then it's like it's can you can travel 1 hours after you need to again. And like this also, this one is if you haven't got any problems, the money may be much better to pay. Why do we need some karmic debts? And not necessarily small things also make a lot of problems in our life in the futures. In this case also, it's a true, this is stolen, we should to do it.
Thank you. Dinara Zai says, is sterilization of pets, such as cats, a negative effect? Are we mutilating them? But on the other hand,
Mutilate.
mutilating.
Mutilate. To kill.
No. Make handicap.
Mutilate, okay.
But on the other hand, if we do this, we create fewer problems for themselves and others.
Yes, I'm very sorry, but why you need the pets? Maybe benefit for you, yes. If you really to taking care, the making the benefit for your pets and yourself, maybe you can to give another things enough food, and then they never kill to the others. When they are like kind of the full mind, then it's like this. You don't need to neutralize.
Sterilization.
Huh? Yes, that's also it's like a mutula. Okay, this cast like kind of the okay, and also it's like maybe it's a that is also of course some in the perspective these days maybe you have injections, maybe that is more easy. Otherwise it's like you can do experiment, you know, you can do organ to pick up part of you can cut how much is suffering. It's exactly the same. It's also animals also suffering, and also it's like maybe I my feeling okay is a male and the females. Females sometimes is like can cut it and more easy. I don't know. It's like a little bit kind of the but uh, I met many even the human females cut it. They are a little bit more kind of freedom and it's like more summons. Okay, of course someone wanted to more produce the baby and like they want it, then you do like this and horrible. But some the females doesn't want anymore. But of course, it's like some activities cannot to stop, and then they are all the time scaring, and then it's like okay, you say it's like a catted. Maybe the man is I don't know. It is of course it's like I met men feud like this peoples and very much sufferings and then you did like this it's a like weak like this also even the animals exactly the same some animals also is like very weak very much and they cannot do nothing activities they become handicapped and but they have such kind of the desire attachment and like this of course there is negative things but this is our like kind of normal life they're doing. Uh, what can we do?
Thank you. Kali says, I feel like there's a contradiction between the teachings about karma, which tell us to abandon negative thoughts, and the teachings about chamanta, which tells us not to label thoughts. Could you explain more about this contradiction and clarify it?
Which kind of contradicted? In the shamatha meditations, you need to the disturb emotion, abandoned. That you mean
To not label thoughts.
to not lead but thoughts, and you cannot to keep any thoughts,
Label.
label thoughts. Yeah, preserved or something. You mean like this? It's no contradicted meditation of the shaman that meditations you cannot to have the disturbed emotion, but if you are like kind of to reject that, that is also is like rejecting, and if you practice shamatha meditation with your disturbing emotion, at that times disturbing emotions not disturbed for the shamatha meditation mind or not. If they disturbed the shamatha the meditation's mind, then they need to reject and dislabel the name of the disturbed emotions.
Thank you. Kali says also, which texts are you relying on when talking about the motivation of consistency, compulsiveness, and antidote?
Mm-hmm. Nagarjuna's text, the Nagarjuna's later to the friend.
So then, a message from Allah, St. Petersburg. This morning, giving teachings to Taiwan, His Holiness said that the best gift for his birthday would be to recite Om Mani Padme Hum mantra at least 1,000 times, and then devote the Dalai Lama's wish, and then devote the Dalai Lama with a wish to live to be 108, 110 years old.
Mm. Okay, maybe there's no question. This is just general sayings thing. Yes, it's truth. I received this message, and he says like normally in my birth. He say that normal my birthday they make kind of the many ceremonies, but this time is according to COVID-19, this virus. Nobody cannot do. But of course, someone's want. But instead doing this celebration or to make party or like this, please, he said, recite the mantra of Amanipe Mahonsha, Avalokiteshvara's mantra. And he's saying that is also he's many like holy beings. He says he's like reincarnation, and he was, of course, is like himself. He says, I'm a worker for the Avalokiteshvara. I'm a service for the Avalokiteshvara. I'm kind of the secretary of the Avalokiteshvara. Of course, other holiness, like others holy being, they said is he's the emanation of the Avalokiteshvara. He said it's like I have many reasons if someone's to birthday present to recite the 1000, at least 1000 money. And this is six syllable mantra of the money. Is yeah, why not? It is very important. And also I think it's like according his message, and he created one statue of the Avalokiteshvara or something, and these statues need to move from I think Dharamsala to some different place or something, and then it's like he's received this message, doesn't want to move, and then it's like he kept in there is, and according that he's like says like a little connection, maybe it is the benefit for sentient beings, and also it's a 100%, particularly in this kind of decadent times, and we can to follow up the this holiness Dalai Lama, and he is the representative of our Buddha, and also himself is the really extraordinary human beings. He's like kind of compassionate, wisdom, and also it's like a kind of the realizations. And when we look at his biographies and how it's like kind of the he's doing things fantastic, we can to see direct, and according to his birthdays, and according to his message, whoever do this one is follow up his message. It's a wonderful. It doesn't matter become, maybe if we recited manis and then this making holiness long life, I'm not sure, but there's benefit if you recite, benefit for you, benefit for all the environment, benefit for particularly in this kind of the pandemic situations, and therefore surely yes, we need to recite. Everybody can do it and be very happy.
Thank you. Alain Marcel says we should not talk about our own defects to friends, not to give them bad example. On the other hand, if we recognize to our friends that we made a misdeed, it can make the relationship peaceful. Is that kind of lie creating bad karma?
Can you read again?
We should not talk about our own defects to friends,
True friend. Uh-huh.
not to give them bad example. On the other
Better
hand,
to don't give the bad example
yes.
because of our defects.
On the other hand, if we recognize to our friends that we made a misdeed, it can make the relationship peaceful. Is that kind of lie creating bad karma?
If you show to your defects to your friend, then your friend is made the mislead. What?
If you if we recognize to our friends that we made a misdeed,
We recognize our friend, we did misdeed. He did according that we give to our defects.
we confess to our friend we made something bad or did something not good.
And then
it can maybe make relationship peaceful, resolving something.
You do bad things, and these bad things to make the peaceful.
No, to confess.
Huh?
To confess.
Ah, okay. Okay, you recognize you did something misdeed, and then you understand, then you confess to them. Then
Then, uh,
it is make negative or what? There's a
should we
question.
hide this, or
Ah,
is it better to hide it or to tell it
to tell to who?
to the one it concerns?
Hmm. But if this person's harmed, sufferings, you should to tell to stop. And if this person is like a nothing kind of the harm and is enjoy, but if not negative, then why you need to tell? If harm, if this person's misleaded harm and sufferings, yes, then need to confess. Absolutely. And other questions?
Yuli says, "Hello, Rinpoche.
Hi.
Concerning the donation, you said to make the donation with good, pure motivation, and that's it. The one who accepts it is responsible for his actions afterwards. Some cases are
He or she's actions. Hmm?
some cases are exceptional, and my question is, can we donate in this happy and peaceful state of mind to someone we know is hooked on games of chance or drink alcohol, and to whom you can trust who to whom you cannot trust his moral ethics, therefore nor his financial management capacity? Thank you, Rinpoche."
Lasso, if you know this person's not really is the sufferings, and all this person need to to do some alcoholic gamblings and drug things, then you give. This is obvious. You are like kind of just maybe according your desire, just according maybe your attachment, maybe according to your some is like a benefit perspective. If we're talking about the donation, maybe it's like real some desperate person say, and maybe if you go to in the street, there is some you see the alcoholic, maybe it's like drug addict, homeless, maybe there's psychological problems, and maybe it's this sort of you can to help to do, you know, then why not? Whatever they do. For example, some is our human beings, they destroyed themselves. Afterwards, they become the homeless, and you haven't got other alcohol, the drug, these things. They're like kind of so much sufferings. For example, if you go to the Switzerland, there is the donation of the drug, and in the bear there is one is a company is the related to the government, and lunch time is you go to this drug addict, they go to there and this give you to a little bit, they kind of the lunch, you know, it is like this. Some is like some persons is they destroyed their life and they're desperated in the situation. Okay, you can give, the persons buy alcohol, do like this, that is really is helpful, we don't need to chase after. And also same was like your donation to the some is like Africa, some is like family problem, and really like a shelter, education, food and conditions, that is like really like afterwards what they do. But maybe it's like someone's you see, you know, and then it's like give me money, give me something donation, I need to drink alcohol, I need to do the gamblings, I need to, and me, I don't want, okay? I'm a very strange person. I don't want to donate any. This situation. Look, the situation is the most important
Thank you. Kali asks, should we pretend to be sleeping all day and watching movie in front of people, but in reality studying and practicing Dharma? Or should we look peaceful and tamed so that others could be inspired by us?
Whatever you want, you can do it. There's no restricted. You want to watching television, you look at the news, you listen, you study something. That is the technologies, advantages. Or you want to do other way, you can to read, study, or it's like a blah 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 blah. In French, it says "comment vous voulez."
Thank you. Helen Galushko says, Rinpochela, I noticed how our karma affects objects. For example, if a connection with a person ends, then things get spoiled or lost.
And
If a connection with a person ends,
present is end means finished.
Finished.
Okay.
Then things get spoiled or lost.
Spoiled or lost. Okay. How it's spoiled? This person's not there, and then it's how spoiled. Spoiled may be boiled, like kind of the angry. Yes.
One elderly woman gave me a ring with a picture of a lion, so the defenders are painted on the tankas. I wore the ring for a long time, but it suddenly thinned and cracked. I learned from her daughter that she was seriously ill, and a month later she passed away. So are other things. When there was a breakup with people through whom these things came, things were lost or spoiled. I understand that some kind of karmic bundle has unleashed. Is this so, or am I fantasizing? How much does our karma affect objects? Do I have to fix the ring or not to wear it anymore?
I think you have anything fantastic in your mind, but it's spoiled means it's like, as far as I understand your questions, and spoiled means it's like when you be together, and this person spoiled to you, and then there's the end, and separations happened, and then it's like something who is left one is more problem. Yes, that's the meaning or not? I don't understand. Spoiled. Okay. Then other, can you tell me? Resume. I don't understand.
Like food can get spoiled. Gets old.
Spoiled means it's like kind of rotten. And this one is like, for example, you end up your person. That's who is rotten. This person is rotten. Oh, poor. Yes, that meaning. Then, yes. Okay. Spoiled. Okay. And this old ladies give to her one ring, and old lady is died, and then ring is crack. And this is something karmic, like kind of, yes. No, this is showing the impermanent. The ring is maybe used many years. It's exhausted, not karmic. And the other is spoiled. What she said?
Things lost.
That's you decide. Okay, maybe it's, uh, and few months ago, one person he gave me one the cloth, and this cloak is this morning is broken. This person's very healthy. What can I need to do? I need to repeat, or what? This is do you think is a karmic link? No, I think it's I reading too much. Strong something did, and then it's broken. Just don't worry if you repeat or no, and maybe you can to appreciate this lady. You can to dedicate it. That's nice. Other things, it's which kind of spoiled. Other makeup.
Break up.
Uh-huh.
No.
Break up, and also then what is spoiled?
Yeah, break up.
Ah, okay. Also, if you break up, also ring is problem. That means you angry this person, and you take out very fast, or maybe it's you did like this. Of course, this is composed things. It's like not uncompounded things. It's like easily break. I think there's nothing kind of the left. This kind of science, I never take care. And other questions? Okay. Okay. Then it's maybe it's we can to manage. Of course, we need to just 2 minutes, and here it says like the conventionally there are the some people who only do harm but who experience the fruit of some positive actions right away, an action that would otherwise have ripened later once. And it's like a kind of the sometimes also it's like when you do the very strong positive things, and this positive is like bring the uh, all the like a kind of the what you collect to the negative things, bring in the present moment, and then you have maybe more suffering but maybe more purification. Maybe it's like in single this life is everything's purified, no anymore bad negative experience in the future lifetimes. And sometimes also this like opposite, conversely, and someone's doing all the times negative things. There are some people who only on the harm and the negative doing it, but experience fruit of the some positive actions here. And in the like kind of the some in the perspective, their life is all the times looks like seems as happiness. But maybe in the future life they all need to experience sufferings because they done negative things. And therefore, and it's like there is two different I mean it's like a different experience when we look at the causalities. For example, sometimes it's like in this life, maybe life is completely white, maybe it's the excellent, and but it's the activity is the black, and then it's like also it's like maybe continue is like a kind of the white happiness. Maybe this happiness is the result white of the positive, but is the activity is black. Next life is there is the such sufferings, and someone is like kind of doing good things. Also, is like a black life. You can to say it's a lot of problem sufferings, but maybe in the past negative actions, and also is like a little bit unpleasant life, and on top of that you practice very strongly and bring that all the negative like a karmic depth to in this life. Maybe in the future life completely is a white and ending the happy life. And sometimes in the past life is like this present also negative, and this negative like kind of continue next life like a kind of negative implementer, or it is like kind of the positive implement. And therefore there's the karmic like a kind of the our causalities is this sort of, maybe there's another, you can to look at the notes of the Konsolam Shalom by the Kembongong Pelzong. And also there's a different explanation of the causalities. It's inconceivable like this. And like this. Okay, then we can to stop there. Sonam de tamche zikbanya tomni nye padana pamje ti che ganan che valavan trupa ye sapan solin drokan drova. Shotong kulu jiru jerbo to kendo karba zombo sonji to kongla konda tela teton pa tsemba shenren zigla sorban debe. O man pe me ha cha man pe me ha cha man pe me ha cha man pe me ha man pe me ha cha man pe me ha man pe me ha cha 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 man pe me man be ma hora 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 man be man be ma hora 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 Oman be ma ore konri darwe korwe shin kamsa panda dewa malin jongwa xian ren zewa tenzan jansu ye shapi santi parda tenjir ji pardan lami kuse tenba ton kanyam yon la de xin jongwa dao yan ma le so sa zhe ni nyer de song ji sa lang go parasho Xie wai gan de yong de la ma dong zhe mi qu ji pa la long xue sa dong lam ji yang ten ra zo de dur jin chong ge kong pong nyer to shu sen jian ne par jian ni pa nyer de ne li ta ji zhuo be ne na ma lu pa da de jong wa mi par shu ma na ta dong den ba dong song a di jun zhe pa kan zhu sen bo la so ba ni ji san dong dan ji ji cong dong la song me xian le be ji pen zi la ye zai xi ni ji de le san ba ye yan zhe per dong ce rin ne me de xie den ber shu